That's right, guys. I am still driving occasionally my Blazer. I actually really like this thing. It's just a lot of fun and it's pretty good off-road. And what happened was I got to the office and Andre found out and he said, "Oh my God, I have to show you something. You have to see it." You know him with his big hands. And it's something that I haven't driven yet that's an SUV. They like surprising me like this, which is kind of funny because I wear sunglasses all the time so you can't see my eyes bug out. But I've been looking forward to this for a while. Yeah.
Dude, I'm really glad I was able to surprise you with this one because, you know, we've done a couple of these videos before. Is the brand new vehicle, this new 2022 Grand Wagoneer worth the hype?
Well, among other things, this has the big Hemi in it, right?
Oh, yes.
And it has, tow hooks.
Chromed tow hooks.
Chrome tow hooks. And I was told by a Jeep rep that it's not actually really a Jeep, it's a Grand Wagoneer.
Well, kind of, sort of is
Yeah.
a Jeep. If you look at the most recent materials that they put out, it is Jeep related. It also has some Jeep logos on it.
Yeah. So Easter eggs, of course.
Yes.
This is interesting. So you've driven this quite a bit, and so
Yes.
you have some insight. But now it's my turn to get to drive this. Can we walk around a little bit?
Yeah, totally. So let's do it because it's based on a truck chassis, really related to the Ram 1500. So it's got a proper frame, body on frame, 3-row, fully luxury, fully optioned SUV.
So these big ass wheels and the whole bolt pattern, axles, hubs, frame, a lot of that comes from the Ram.
Exactly. Well, so these are 20s. 22s are also available. So if this is not blingy enough for you, Nathan,
Why
you
would
can
you-
step up
okay.
to
Yeah,
22s.
all right.
But the rear suspension is different from the Ram, of course, because it's an independent rear suspension and not a solid axle.
Hey, backwards American flag, very cool. So check this out. Yep.
Oh,
man, that
yes.
is huge. Look at the size of that step.
It's huge. Look at this. It reminds me of the Mercedes Maybach SUV.
It's really big.
Yes.
Wow, interesting that underneath here, yeah. So I think they all have to come with it because if you look, that's kind of unfinished otherwise.
Yeah, it's kind of part of it, but this is the whole thing. This is their new luxury brand for Jeep, right? That's why they didn't call it a Jeep. They're trying to differentiate it.
I don't understand why they're doing that, but I get the point that this is super luxury. I mean, the interior so far looks amazing. Doesn't it look a little bit like a Tahoe from the side?
Well, yeah, it's got that squarish look, but it's got a unique look too because they decided to put the B pillar, the C pillar, of course the D, in body color and kind of make this greenhouse this way.
Yeah, with a lot of the this bling here for bringing out the windows.
Bling.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what do you think? Do you like this? By the way, the step came down because I have a key in my pocket.
Okay, thought it was just because he was happy to see me. Okay, so I got to see the back of this. There's a huge thing. There's other social media out there that were showing this being all wonky, but apparently that was quality control at Jeep who was actually showing that, saying, "Nope, we don't do that. This is how it's supposed to be." But it's interesting that they do this. Look at these big fat letters.
And they're also like, this is a little bit narrower than up top, so it's like this popping
Coming
out
out.
3D effect. It's pretty cool. Of course, it has a full, this is the key. Look, it does not say Jeep on it.
Hey, it's heavy.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, that does kind of impart a little bit of
Because this is
luxury.
an expensive SUV too. We'll tell you the price in a minute.
Okay.
But yeah, you can start remotely, start the engine. You can lower it.
Oh, slam it!
Well, it's got air suspension, of course.
Of course.
Open the rear end. So
Yeah,
let's
let's
open the
open
rear
it.
end. And then go inside. And we need to talk about the engine because it's got a wonderful engine.
Yeah, so while that is thinking about working, oh, there it goes.
Sorry.
That's all right. Oh, so the pad's off to the side and that, whoa, that's big.
Yeah, take a look. So this is the space behind the third row.
This is actually really nice. I want this in my house. No, it's really plush. Yeah, it's just super plush.
So there's a little storage area.
Uh-huh. Oh,
Storage area. The spare tire is underneath.
is underneath, and this is where like the jack is and all that.
But take a look, dude. So there's some seat controls on this side.
Okay.
So you can raise and lower power. Actually, all 3 rows have power adjustments.
Now, I've seen the Jeep Grand Cherokee L, right?
Yes.
And that also has 3 rows. I think this is what's confusing. And I was a little confused about it, which is probably why you brought this and had me, surprised on video. And that is much smaller than this. You can really tell from back here.
Yeah, and also, different capabilities. Of course, the Jeep is a little bit lighter, a little bit smaller.
This is a frame. So this is a truck, right?
Yes.
So it can tow. So as you're playing with that,
Yeah.
what's its towing ability?
So up to 10,000 pounds. And,
Damn.
previously, Ford Expedition was rated at, still rated at 9,300 pounds.
Right.
But this is rated at more. And the way they did it, they told me at one of the debut events, is that every Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer actually come with a hitch because it's built into the frame. So it's part of the structure. It's not added later.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So the frame itself, when it's formed, has the hitch
kind of built into it.
Yes. As opposed to it going in there and being bolted in. Okay, I got that.
So we'll be doing an eye gauntlet, which I'm very excited about this too. So we're gonna test it out and see.
Yeah, this is big. It's weird because when you see a picture of it versus when you see it up close, it's very different. Can we go under the hood?
Yeah, dude, we gotta check it out.
I'll pop it while you play with that.
It's a Grand Wagoneer.
So it's not a hybrid, right?
No.
It's not. I know it has a big Hemi, but I just don't know the numbers on it and all that stuff. This is really pretty.
Yeah, we'll show you the interior later because it's one of the premier elements of this SUV. By the way, how's your Blazer doing?
It still runs.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been slowly fixing it and just kind of kept it running. I love it actually.
So yeah, here's the thing, dude. 6.4 liter. This is the big Hemi, and the Wagoneers are also there. So the Wagoneer is kind of the start of their brand for 2022.
Do they also get this?
No, some of those get a 5.7. And then the Grand Wagoneers, all of them, the grand part is the big engine as well.
Okay, and then it's the 8-speed?
Yes. So the power is really good, I can tell you that, after driving it over the weekend and a few days. 471 horsepower, 455 pound-feet of torque. Like you said, 8-speed automatic, of course, 4-wheel drive with 4-low. So it has some off-road chops that we also will show you on TFL Off-Road channel soon.
Yeah, but this thing is really low to the ground. Really low.
Yeah, but it has air suspension, so you can lift it up to 10 inches of clearance.
Thank you for the hands thing, by the way, because I was too dim to understand what it means. You guys saw this, right? He's just like, oh, no, it goes up.
Well, it rises all ships.
That's okay. My wife does the same thing. Please mix the food, as opposed to just saying it. So I get it. Auburn Hills.
Yes.
Check this out. Little plate right here.
Born in America.
Wow, they're American. So it's got it all over the place. Lots of American flags and all that. Okay.
Here, how about this?
That's why I want to drive.
Here, start the engine. Before we show the interior and you drive it, start the engine and give me a couple revs. I'll go in the back and try to show the sound.
Sounds good.
Let's walk this way.
Man, he always leans the seats back like this. Drive like a pimp.
I'll try to get my microphone here. All the way down. Okay. Dude, so especially on a cold start, this is a wonderful, wonderful engine note.
These are really comfortable seats, but why you always lean back like this?
Well, that's how I drive.
I know.
You're lifting it, dude.
Yeah, so check these toggle switches out. They're huge. So this is for lifting it and lowering it. And then this is for the different modes. Auto, sport, which I'm putting on sport. I wonder if that changes the exhaust. It still hangs up. You notice how it hangs?
It's a little
the same.
hanging.
Well, it's the same thing as the Ram. 4-wheel drive low. And then there's hill descent control, I guess.
Yep.
Andre, do these have it? Is this massaging seats?
Yes.
Whoa.
So there's all the seat controls are also on the doors. There's a little symbol right there. If you push on the door, Nathan,
I'm
push
sorry.
that little symbol on the door.
Which symbol?
The one that looks like potatoes are on the seat. The potato one.
Oh, it's haptic.
Yes. Oh yes.
Oh, yeah.
And then you can control it using this middle panel. You can get up to 7 screens in the Grand Wagoneer.
This is ridiculous.
7.
Look at this. This is interesting. So this can turn into other screens, though, right? Like, what else can it do?
So at the top you can go through it. There's like the rear climate, the massaging feature, like this. So rear climate off, etc. You can do this too. Aha! Wireless charging is hidden.
Oh, look at that. Okay.
Yeah. And there's something special in the center console.
This whole thing come?
Yeah.
You're kidding me.
It's a safe.
Yeah. Once again, thank you for pointing that out.
They call me Mr. Obvious.
Oh, that's cool. So, do you have the code?
No.
Oh, man.
Well, Roman keeps all the codes.
Yeah, of course he does.
Also, panoramic sunroof.
Yeah.
Pretty special. So, dude, look at these seats. I mean, they're very adjustable. You can extend this bottom cushion.
Yes.
Very luxurious.
That's very cool. And that's something that all of us, like taller people,
Yeah.
really do enjoy. This is, okay, so, it's very comfortable.
So while you're enjoying that, and of course also Macintosh stereo system, which is amazing. Before we go for a ride, I want to quickly show the back seat. Can I?
Yeah, you go ahead and show.
Okay.
Can I hang here?
Yeah.
Oh, this is really comfortable.
So guys, open this. So once again, attention to detail on the interior is really spectacular in my opinion. I mean, the leather, the stitching, the wood, just the way it looks. This has this configuration with captain seats in the middle. And they're also, heated seats. You can control them using that panel. If you can see right there, there's also the large center armrest and storage area, and then in the back, decent amount of space. Let me show you. Let me just show you kind of over my shoulder. The seat is folded all the way down.
Oh, it's just separate.
I can also lift it this way. Of course, everything is powered. The third row has its own sunroof. And look at this leg area. I mean, this is actually very spacious, very nice.
So this thing is kind of in between like a Tahoe and a Suburban, right?
I would say so,
Would you say so?
I'd say that's fair. Look at this. I'm just over 6'2", almost 6'3", and I'm sitting comfortably with the roof and my legs. Look.
Better you getting back there than me, but it looks like you're pretty comfortable. So are these seats heated, the center row?
Yeah,
okay.
It is. Yeah. So now I think it's time for you to take it for a drive.
Yeah.
Big Hemi.
Oh man,
So
this thing feels
let's
so
set up.
heavy.
Okay. And there.
Heated steering wheel, very comfy. I like the flat bottom thing on the steering wheel. The reality is that flat bottom steering wheels are useless for 90% of the people out there because it's not a sports thing. Honestly, nobody's going to be using it for racing, but it's really good for fat people. So easy for me to get in and out.
Well, this vehicle is just made for big people in general, like tall and.
Oh, it's made for little people.
It's
So because everything adjusts, the pedal, everything. Okay, so
Rotary.
yeah. Well, it's a luxury vehicle. I guess it's kind of expected. The massage is awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you what this reminds me of.
What?
The interior, just the feel of it. My dad years and years and years ago bought a Lincoln Town Car. It was like the Cartier version or whatever, the top of the line.
Just kind of the luxury yacht for the road, right?
Right. And for some reason, this kind of reminds me of that, which is a good thing. And I'm curious about the ride because one thing about these air suspensions is that they're not as how do I put it? They're a little tight.
They can be. But here, we went off the first bump.
I did that deliberately too. Seriously?
Dude, this floats. It does.
This doesn't feel like a Jeep. It doesn't feel like a Jeep at all.
But what do you think about the name? Do you think they did a good job kind of bringing back the older name from the 90s
You know what
into the current
I
time?
got to tell you exactly what, like our friend Dave Tracy over at Jalopnik and some of those other dudes would say, or full-on Jeep guys are going to say. Where's the wood paneling?
Oh, it's inside. It's in
inside.
here.
Right, okay. I got to try this.
You got to open it up. Just
yeah,
a little.
Just a little. Nobody here? Let's see what happens. Hello. Oh, yeah.
And the sound is part of it too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
just the whole experience. I mean, it's not going to win probably a lot of drag races because
it moves pretty good.
It moves really good for its weight. It weighs about what I think around 6,300 pounds. It still has a great payload, about 1,400 pounds, so you can actually tow a big trailer.
Okay, so this is because everybody aims for best in class, right?
Yes.
So they're going to look at this and go, okay, it's got best in class towing, which sounds like it has just about.
Yes. 10,000.
It probably has on the higher end of horsepower. But,
yeah, because look at the Cadillac, 420 horsepower right now.
Yeah.
This is 471.
Right, but what about the EcoBoost engines inside, like the Navigator and all that?
Well, those may have a tiny bit more torque, but this has the most horsepower.
This has the most horsepower, got it.
And yes, it has had some hype, right? So that's what we were trying to figure out in the end. Is it going to be worth this hype?
Well, I got to tell you, and this is, you know how I feel about interior. Okay. Nice heads-up display, by the way.
Yeah.
This thing really does move. It's so big, you don't expect it just to fly.
Uh-huh.
The last few Navigators I was in, I was a little disappointed by the interior quality. Just looking at a few things, it kind of bugged me. And I was in a Mercedes recently, and I didn't like the interior very much on that. But I got to tell you, they have been knocking it out of the park. Not just Jeep, but Stellantis, FCA, with their interior designs. And there's no question that they got it right. Look, this is beautiful.
Well, especially things you can see, right,
Yeah.
and touch, so immediately around you. I mean, if you open the door, you may be able to find some areas, right, where some maybe less expensive materials were used inside somewhere.
I'm not seeing any in here right now where I'm sitting.
But as far as looking at the ceiling, the headliner, yeah, I agree with you.
Well, you know, you and I have been doing this for years, and one of the first things I do when I get into a vehicle is I kind of do the reach. I do reach around.
Yeah.
But I reach, seriously.
Yeah.
I go around and I try to find like where the quality is. And so sometimes when I grab a handle, or sometimes when I reach down into a door pocket or something, I'll find something that's unfinished. And while you were out there playing with the exhaust,
Yeah.
I was playing around in here, and I can't find anything that indicates that this interior is anything other than absolutely top class. This is really impressive, and I like getting a massage while I drive.
So absolutely. So I would say they nailed, the chassis, the engine.
So quiet.
I actually got upwards of 20 mpg. It's rated at 13 city, 18 highway, 15 combined, which does not sound, well, it's actually on the worst end of the spectrum for big SUVs. But I got about 20 on the highway. Right now it's showing 16.6, and this including city driving, and we're being silly with it right now. So real world efficiency, I think, is there.
All right, so to recap, and let's stand
Yeah,
outside.
let's
go outside
get
to recap.
outside, yeah.
Oh wow. All right. The things I like about it,
Yeah.
everything inside, powertrain, so far, amazing for my first impression. I like the front end design. Not too thrilled about the way the sides look.
Yeah, and this is the controversial part, right?
Right.
Because, and I'm with you. I think even the way they built it, the wheels arches or the wheels need to be larger, maybe more meaty.
Yes.
For the tires themselves.
Yes.
I don't care about 22s. 22s are fine. I'm just saying the proportion of the wheel to the body is not quite right in my opinion.
Right. Now, they benchmarked like Land Rover and Range Rover, right? I'm sure of that. So this is probably one of the spots where it could be an issue. But then again, we're going to take this off-road, right?
Yeah,
Right?
off-road, yes, we'll do it together, I promise. And so is it worth the hype? Price, by the way.
100 grand.
So you're close. You're
Ah.
close. By the way, this is a Series 1. They also have Series 2, Obsidian, and Series 3.
Yeah.
Obsidian is their kind of blacked out package.
Right.
And it goes up to like 105.
Right, which is why I thought this is not the top of the line.
This is 91,000.
Oh, what a deal.
Well, still.
But I mean, if you think about it in context of what Cadillac and some of the other guys,
and Lincoln.
And Lincoln.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Range
it's
Rover.
competitive. It's
Yeah.
competitive, even though that's a hell of a lot of money. All right, well, I'm just going to say it straight out. Yes, it's worth the hype, but we need to test the crap out of it.
Yeah, and we will. So stay tuned for that, because off-road, we need to test if it has enough ground clearance.
Yes.
On the road, it's so far proven itself. And then also towing. They claim a lot of towing. We need to test it.
Right there, buddy. Okay, well, stay tuned, guys. We'll see what happens.